Hey everyone, welcome back to the 6-5 Summit. We're in day 3, the modern work and devices track. We got a great spotlight session coming up. Kentis Gopalla back with me from Zoom. He and I did this last year, so I have to call you. You are a 6-5 Summit alum now. And
I
Kentis,
am indeed.
it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Dan. Can't believe it's already 1 year, and yet so many things have happened during that 1 year.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that has happened in the last year is I went from traveling a little bit in 21 to more in 22 to now feeling like my real bedroom is a hotel room. And I get there and I'm like, this looks familiar. I think I've stayed here before, but I can't remember what it feels like because I'm never there. I don't know about you, but have you seen the craze of modern work as we've returned from remote to hybrid to now what feels like endless planes, trains, and automobiles?
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing working, at least well for me, is the hybrid world. I think we
Of
are
course.
doing a bit of traveling, here and there where it's important, but I'm so used to just working from home, I tell you. It's a comfort of it. And now with all the right tools, it feels sometimes, that it's even more effective, to be working remote.
I will tell you. I mean, look, I think we've all would agree that there is a continuum, and the continuum of people who are extremely good at working almost all remote and can be extraordinarily productive, all the way to the extreme of people that really do need to go into an office every day. And there's different factors, the amount of experience you have, the type of role you have that drive that. I will also tell you that I get way more done at home. Way more done at home. I am telling you, like, when I'm on the road, I instantly feel like a 20, 30, 50% drop in productivity. It's just harder to get stuff done. Now, I'm not being fair to people who go to an office because I think if that was your day to
Right.
day, but when you're traveling, going to events on the road, and you're trying to work either off
Yeah.
your phone, trying to do Zoom meetings in hallways at the Las Vegas
Yeah.
Sands in the middle of a convention, that's hard. And I think we're still really working out what modern work and what hybrid work really is going to end up looking like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, this space is evolving so rapidly as well. There's so much innovation in this space. And yeah, we're so excited with what's happening in the industry.
Yeah, it is really, really exciting. Well, this event, it's navigating rough waters and basically innovating through the tougher macroeconomic times. And this year's been almost a tale of a couple of different years. I think, really the slowdown started well over a year ago. And I think, for Zoom, you guys saw this mega boom that the beginning of the pandemic drew. Everybody had to be from home, and Zoom's solution, easy to use, affordable, major growth. And of course, you saw new competitors enter the space. You saw companies, you know, uh, starting to return back to the office. You saw some companies that had said they were going to go all remote, then they went hybrid, and some even went fully back into the office. So we've seen that whole pendulum swinging. But just kind of give me that broader viewpoint, Kentis, of kind of how do you see things after a couple years, a little bit of turbulence, what looks like maybe a slowdown, but then probably with AI, a slowdown that's ahead of what's going to be a major productivity boom. Kind of what do you see in the market, and how do you think hybrid work and modern work is shaping out these days?
Yeah, no, it's been very interesting, Dan. If you look at, to your point, what has happened over the past few years, we've seen customers going from full remote and now more of a hybrid. But again, it's all about, firstly, how do you improve productivity for your employees, and also looking at how do you deliver a better experience for your customers. If you think of Zoom, we've evolved with the needs of our customers. Zoom during the pandemic was well known for being a video conferencing solution where everybody was using it. But at the same time, we've evolved to become a true platform. We've become a unified communication platform, to promote collaboration. But we've also entered the customer experience space with contact center solutions. We've made acquisitions. Our company called Solvi for chatbots and automation. We're launching new products in that space with workforce engagement management. So as a company, we are listening to our customers, and our customers are looking for what Zoom stands for, which is essentially that ease of use, that simplicity, that familiarity, and how do we bring that in other areas of their business? So we're helping our customers making that transition, to be able to drive efficiency and productivity into a hybrid space. How do we give employees with the right tools? We've developed a number of tools to do that, whether that's whiteboard. We also have something called huddles. Earlier, you were mentioning, having those side conversations in Las Vegas during a conference. Now we have huddles for that, which is more of an informal type of meeting where you can just drop in and have this side conversation. So again, listening to our customers, we are innovating in certain ways, helping them address things that they could have done in the past.
Well, so one thing that I'm really curious on your take, because as companies are kind of going through this bit of a reboot, they're all looking at the overall sprawl, right? We've heard things like shadow IT. There's probably nothing that brought on shadow IT faster than the pandemic, because people were like just finding tools, project management tools, meeting tools, whatever it
Yeah,
is, signing up, drop a credit card, let's go. But at the
yeah,
same time, then what happened is as we've sort of started to normalize, IT's getting their arms around it. They're going back into the office.
right.
They're running some assessments and going, wow, we have 29 collaboration platforms now. We have
Yeah, exactly.
10 project
Yeah,
management tools. We have 4 ERPs going. Like, what happened? Talk a little bit about that, because I have to imagine
yeah.
you're seeing a lot of companies now are kind of doing that assessment. And they're saying, okay, we need to get this all standardized.
Absolutely. And these are the conversations that we're having every day with our customers. To your point, it's not only during the pandemic, but even prior to pandemic, there are companies who have a lot of resources just to keep the lights on. There are several companies who have not even made the move to the cloud. They still have, archaic type of solutions on-prem, and they're probably just one person who knows how to maintain those systems. So we are seeing companies who are now trying to make that move to that single platform. That single platform can then drive cost containment, so the IT organization can then refocus their attention. So firstly, by moving with a single platform, there's already a lot of cost savings just by doing that. And then you add up, moving to the cloud, that you can scale up and or scale down when the business is not that great. So it's to drive at cost containment. And then with your resources, that's where you refocus your resources on now driving innovation, right? We've talked to several customers in the customer experience space, contact center space, who had teams of people just to keep the servers on. Right. So now these people are now being retrained to look at, okay, how do we bring AI into the contact center? How do we innovate using AI in customer experience? So it's just refocusing the same resources.
So walk me back a little bit, Kentis, on the sort of evolution that's taken place. I know you lead the ecosystem, and obviously Zoom really got its name for being a really, really robust and easy to use sort of video calling platform. That's kind of where the initial liftoff took place.
Yeah.
And then, you mentioned acquisitions, you've mentioned platform, the P word. And of course, with the competition, and I think there's no secrets who the competition are. I think it's become important that this expansion of the platform is better understood. But kind of talk about how you're thinking about evolving from being calling, and talk about the evolution that's already taken place, because I think a lot of people out
Yeah.
there could benefit from being a little bit more familiarized.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And to your point, the way we started at Zoom was being a meeting solution. And then we've evolved that to become what we call a UC, Unified Communication Platform. We added team chat capabilities. And then we also launched our phone solution. Today, the phone solution is very successful. We have over almost 6 million users globally of our phone solution. And if you look at our globally as a company, our revenue numbers, the phone is contributing almost 10% of our revenue there. So with that UC platform, we've seen tremendous growth. And then last year, almost 2 years ago now, we started looking at, based on what our customers were asking us, is how do we get into the customer experience domain? So we launched our contact center solution with video first as a contact center solution. And then we looked at, okay, so we've launched that solution now. We have a lot of customers exploring how do we bring AI into that space? How do we bring chatbots? We acquired a company called Solvi last year, and that solution has been rebranded as virtual agent now. And then when even talking with our customers, so now that we have a contact center solution, they're asking us, a lot of us as customers, we are using spreadsheets for planning purposes on, how many agents do I need in my call center? So then we started looking at how do we get into the workforce management space to help better planning for contact center, and how do we use AI for quality management. So we started from just a core meeting company into now this platform where we have unified communication and contact center. But at the same time, all of that all these capabilities on the platform is powered by a very successful developer ecosystem, a developer platform where we have all the APIs and SDKs, where we have several customers and partners who have built solutions that integrate with all of those core capabilities. So the platform is open, extensible, secure, and we have a growing marketplace as well. So customers are consuming applications from our marketplace, and we have a growing ecosystem of partners who are now building applications or integrating the applications with Zoom solutions. So we've gone, from a single app into a full platform, and each of those areas have their own capabilities. If you look at meetings, for instance, we have whiteboard capabilities, we have Zoom rooms, there are Zoom events. So it's not just about meetings, but it's a full suite of products.
So, how are you finding one of the things I am looking for as an analyst? I think the market would always want to look for too is kind of those key proof points that show that a customer is going to evolve from a online meetings platform or video calling to a full platform adopter. And I think that's to some extent where Zoom's headwinds have come in, meaning the people that have sort of questioned it. No one said like that the core product, people love it. Like I really rarely ever hear anyone that's like, yeah, Zoom, those meetings are so hard and stuff never works. I mean, that's not what you hear. But what you have
Right.
heard is, well, maybe that other solution is more well designed for integration to our app development suites in our asynchronous communications and our ERP plugins and CRM. But like you guys do all this too. So talk a little bit about like what's the evolution that most enterprises that you see that kind of go from being kind of a traditional Zoom user on meetings to truly becoming an adopter of the more comprehensive platform.
Yeah, I think it's when the way we look at it is how do we integrate with other applications? So for us, it's all about the ease of use, right? Whether it's within our own Zoom application, or how do we bring those capabilities into other solutions? Like as an example, with our Zoom Phone solution, we've integrated that with applications like Salesforce or ServiceNow, and even with Microsoft Teams. Yeah, so we have an open platform, and it's based on what customers are asking. Is how do you go from using the Zoom meeting application and now bringing capabilities outside and integrating that into third-party application? So we are evolving as a company, and with that developer platform, it's for our customers and partners to build integrations and bring core capabilities that we have into other surfaces.
So here's where I want to finish because it would not be a conversation about modern work if I did not talk a little bit about generative AI. And so, I have to imagine maybe not even just generative, but generative plus general, that Zoom
Yeah,
has to be looking at how AI can enhance the platform. The core use cases of noise cancellation and but in an era of
yeah,
modern work where you're building an extensible platform, contact center, CX,
yeah,
video, I'm guessing broader integration with CRM and modern
yeah.
sales workflows and stuff. How is Zoom thinking about AI and building either A, plug-in ecosystems or B, its own technologies to make sure that it keeps up with this rip-roaring trend?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that, this has been a hot topic, as you would imagine. Um, Everybody has been discussing. Our approach is more pragmatic. So we are looking at, to your point, we've been doing AI. We've had AI across several of our products, whether that's the virtual background that I'm using right now, noise reduction that you
Wait,
were
that's
mentioning.
virtual?
It is. So we've been doing that for quite a while, and now we are looking at, with generative AI, what are some of the capabilities that we can enhance in our product? The first one that we will be looking at is with our virtual agent, and how do we use generative AI with our partnership with OpenAI and Anthropic to generate answers, for customers, for customer service. And that's just the beginning. In the next few weeks, you'll see some additional use cases that we will be announcing on how do we bring generative AI into several of our products. So it's not going to be just contact center or virtual agent, but you'll see that how do we bring enhanced capabilities using generative AI? It is still early. I think there are, as an industry, whether that's communication, collaboration, or even customer experience. I think as these industries are still figuring out what are the best practices, how do we make sure that it is secure? We are abiding by privacy, etc. So, as an industry, we are evolving, and we are being careful, when working with our customers on how do we do the right thing, with generative AI.
Yeah, I love that, and I think everything from managing the frameworks and the regulatory and the governance of it to transparency and the models that we're building, going to be really
Absolutely.
important. But I do see, Candice, the workflows will centralize from the the asynchronous and synchronous meetings. And we know we're going to be developing apps, we know we're going to be sharing data, we know we're going to be you know if prompt engineering and prompt based tools are teaching us anything, it's that the chat tools and sort of meeting tools will really become more and more the epicenter of work.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think we look at generative AI to to assist people to be more effective in what they do, right? So if you look at the contact center, for instance, there were a lot of talks about AI is going to replace all contact center agents. I don't think AI will replace contact center agents. I think there will be basic queries that can be answered, and we've been doing that, for a long time, whether you call it IVR that has now evolved with virtual agent or chatbots. But I think what AI or generative AI will do is help us do our work more effectively. Whether that's a knowledge worker or with collaboration, is how do you bring those tools and help people be more effective? And within the surfaces, it's within the tools that you're using. How do you bring more content and help people be more effective?
Absolutely, Kentis. And I'll add one thing. I think you know, there are these two kind of schools of thought, and they're somewhat opposing about efficiency and productivity, but it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think in the end, it's going to be how do you do more with less, but even more so, how do you do more with more? And that's the thing that
Absolutely.
I really want to see the market grab onto is with each industrial revolution that passed, it's not about, just building, it's like when you took the manual assembly line and you built a full on assembly line, then you build robotics. It wasn't always about building one car a day. You went from one car
Exactly.
to 100 cars to
Yeah.
10,000 cars a day or whatever it was. And that's what I hope to see. I hope it's whether it's content, whether it's intelligence, whether it's
Yeah.
security, that we're able to do it more and more robustly. And I'm very confident in that. But Kentis, I want to say thank you so much for joining me here at the 6.5 Summit. The future of work, modern work, this continuum of hybrid, it's going to be really interesting to see play out. But I think no matter what these technologies, these tools, and all the ways they connect, it's going to be the meeting of the future. Is going to be lots of people on the move everywhere on any kind of device,
Absolutely.
needing to be able to be super productive.
Absolutely. And it is such an exciting time right now, and a lot of great conversations happening.
Well, thank you so much for joining me again at this year's 6.5 Summit, Kentis. We'll be in touch, and I'm sure we'd love to have you back in 2024. I can't believe it's going to be 2024. Thank you so much, Kentis.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
All right, everybody, there you have it. We're here in day 3. It is the modern work and devices track. Great conversation here with Zoom, talking about what modern work is going to look like, the impact of AI, how companies are doing more with less and then doing more with more and continuing to innovate and grow. that's all here. But stay with us in the track. Stay with us for all of the sessions here. You can catch them on demand if you can't catch them in real time. But I got to say goodbye now. See you later.